Hello and welcome everyone to this week's Soul Wisdom show with the Akashic Records and myself, Natasha Harris. Delighted to be here, and really today's topic is to shine your soul light in your business and how you do that. So where do you feel that you're not particularly shining yet in your business, where things still feel a bit of a struggle, still feel a little bit like hard work, effort, push, all the old paradigm stuff that we are taught to believe that we have to do in business, where sales and marketing are a slog and we hate them, and that we really just don't enjoy them. And it's kind of taken the fun out of business somewhat. So where are you actually shining your soul light in your business right now, today, in this moment, in what you're doing? Where is that beautiful spark that you create in your business happening or not happening? So let me know in the comments. If you're coming and joining me live, then do let me know. Do pop something in the comments. Give me a heart, just let me know you can hear me. If you're watching the replay on any of the platforms that I go live on, then just type #replay. Let me know as you go through, like what your questions are around how you too can shine your soul light in your business, because this is a big one. This is where the magic lies. This is where it all happens. So if you're new to me, I'm Natasha Harris, and I'm an intuitive business coach and healer working with the ancient wisdom of the Akashic Records, to really support my clients to take their business to the next level of leadership and impact, and to have a business that they love, that's thriving, that is fun, that they enjoy. They're working with their aligned clients, their soul clients, and they're really enjoying what they are doing. So this really is today's show is all about shining more brightly in everything you do. So I've got some tips and tools and support and help for you. And if you ask me questions and you tag me, I will come back and I will answer those if you are watching the replay. So this is really about how we step into flow. This is where we shine. This is where the magic happens. Like, we talk a lot about the magic of business, and but how do we actually do that? How do we actually step into flow? How do we allow things to evolve in a momentum and a journey and at a pace that feels manageable, that we can navigate around, that we can really support ourselves? So last week, what I did in my Soul Inspired Leaders Facebook group, it's a private group for Soul Inspired Leaders. If you're not part of that and this resonates with you, then please do come and join it. Come and join other Soul Inspired Leaders, where we stand side by side and we really support each other to grow, to evolve. This is not a time for competition, to working against each other, to really doing things in a competition and power over way. This is about standing side by side, and together we rise, together we create the shifts, together we stand for something different, not only in our lives but also in our business and in our experiences. Hi Patty, nice to see you. I think you're watching through YouTube, which is great. Excuse me. So this is really around how we flow in business, how we really get to allow ourselves to connect with what we truly desire, connect with who we truly are, connect with what is important to us, what lights us up, what helps us to shine, what helps us to expand and grow in everything we do. So last week, what we were doing in my Soul Inspired Leaders Facebook group, we went on a 5-day journey to activate the wealth and abundance within in your business, so that you can really shine that much more brightly. And we went on this 5-day beautiful, expansive journey, traveling through the Akashic Records. I was sharing lots of insight and some wisdom on a practical level around how we can step into the new earth paradigm. But also what we were doing every day was connecting with the wisdom of the Akashic Record through meditation and activations, and really connecting with that energy, that essence of our desires, what we want to create out in the world, how we can release the energies that and the blocks that are standing in our ways from actually getting that out there into the world. And then also really connecting to all aspects of ourselves, of who we are, who we want to be, standing for the new paradigm, standing for something new and different. This is how we really start to shine. And this is bit by bit. There is no quick fix. There's no magic. It's an involvement. I've been in my business for 6 years or more now. And it's really been a beautiful journey when I've embraced it, when I've allowed it, when I've got on board with the journey aspect of where I've been going. It's been a beautiful involvement and extrapolation of learning more about myself, learning more about how I want to show up in the world, how I shine more brightly, and how I help and support my clients to do that. This is how we stand for the new paradigm. So we talked a lot last week about the paradigm and how we can really stand in that. There's still, a lot of the old paradigm very much prevalent, very much around in the world right now. And it's really about how we can allow ourselves to make a stand for the new paradigm. We don't really know what that is yet. We are all co-creating it. And this is the energy of what we tapped into a lot last week. We are co-creating it. We are allowing it to evolve right now. We don't really know what that stands for yet. And so a lot of people were asking me last week in the group, when is this all going to happen? It's like, it's happening now. And we are at a moment of choice right now in our experience, in our business, in our lives of what are we standing for? How are we embodying what we hope the new paradigm to be? We actually get to create it. And we had a few people asking about this in last week. Are we designing our own paradigm right now? Can we design our own paradigm? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. We get to tear up, throw out the rule book that we have been working with for centuries, for absolute centuries, which is all steeped in the old paradigm. This is how we have to do it. This is how you do marketing. This is how you do sales. This is how you do business. This is how you work with your clients. This is how you do everything. And that rule book has been so finely tuned, and it's how we are all still showing up. This is steep, this is how we do relationships. This is how we do health and well-being. This is how we look after ourselves. We do what everyone else does, and we've been following for far too long. Now what we are all doing, all of those that are shining our light already don't even know that we're doing that. We are contributing to the new earth and new paradigm in any small ways we can. We do it side by side, alongside each other, connecting and supporting each other, not breaking each other down, not competition against everyone else. It's there's this energy of lack. There's not enough to go around. The new paradigm is all about standing together. It's all about there is plenty. There is abundance for us all. There is wealth and enough money for us all. There is enough of everything for us all. There are enough clients. There are enough business opportunities. There are enough collaborations. It's not about pitting ourselves off against each other anymore. And this is something we're really struggling with. I feel that we don't know quite how to break free of the old paradigm quite yet, but we are bit by bit, moment by moment, choice by choice, conscious choice by conscious choice. And so how we allow ourselves to be the new rule book. What works for us? How do we want to approach our business? How do we want to show up in our business and shine every day? How do we want to do sales and marketing? How do we want to work with our clients? There is no rule book anymore. You get to write your own. And this is how we each in our individual way celebrate each other for being unique and different, and all contribute towards that vision of allowing ourselves to all be ourselves, whether we agree with it or not, that we can still stand by each other regardless of how we're doing it. There is no 7 steps to creating this magical approach, that this is what will work. This is the only thing will work. It's about taking everything that you've learned so far. You have been on an incredible journey, not only in this lifetime, but in all previous lifetimes to date. You are shining already, but we are blocking it. We are keeping ourselves small. We are keeping ourselves quiet. We are stopping ourselves from being who we want to be. Let me know if you've got any questions if you're watching live. I'd love to know if you've got any questions around this. Allow the magic in. We're not allowing enough of the magic in. A lot of my clients say to me and have always said to me, it's like, oh my goodness, I never knew entrepreneurship and like running my own business and setting up my own business could be fun. I thought it was all about hard slog and like getting things done and having to be the master of everything. It's like, it's not about that. Business can be fun. It can be joyful. It can be a wonderful experience of allowing ourselves to really shine, and that's where we get the joy from. That's where we bring in the people that are really aligned to who we are, our message, and what we're here to give. So we need to look beyond the physical alone in order to bring in and tap into this beautiful energy of the magic. This is how we create magic in our lives. This is how we align to the abundance. This is how we align to the clients that are ready to work with us, that are ready to hear us, that are ready to be on our vibe. They'll get something. It's about being authentic. It's about being our true selves. It's about really aligning to who we are, to allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, to allow ourselves to not always get it right, to get it wrong occasionally, to figure it out as we go along. And we want to know with certainty a lot of the time before we make that bold step and allow ourselves to be vulnerable that it'll work out fine. And this is not how we play in the magic. We don't know if things were going to turn out okay, but we have to take that bold step, show up, allow ourselves to be out there, allow ourselves to be in that vibe. And this is how we really do create that massive difference, and how we again stand for the new paradigm in all that we do. So we need to allow the magic. We need to allow and look beyond the physical, but we need to create in the physical. This is very much what's wrong in the spiritual spiritual community, I believe, is that we are looking to think that everything is outside of ourselves. We give away our power. And what we want to do is really take back our own power to create and write this rule book that I've just been talking about, so that we can really create that and shine. But this is really to allow the magic. We have to bring in the divine feminine. We have to work with all realms, the beautiful spiritual aspect and the divine wisdom, the divine feminine. But we also need to play more in the magic of the physical, the reality, creating and taking action that is aligned. We need to be playing in all realms. We are the physical body. We can't escape that. Not while we're here on planet Earth, not while we're living in this physical experience. We can't escape it. We cannot. So we have to be living in this real moment now. And this is around really accepting that we are the physical body, and this is where we create from. This is the densest part of ourselves. And this is the bit that takes the longest to get on board, which is why it can feel really uncomfortable, because it takes physical time for us to create results. But we are collapsing timelines. Look at what we created in the last 50 years, in the last 10 years, in the last 2 years, in the last 6-8 months, what you've created in your life. We are collapsing timelines, but we do that by connecting with all aspects of ourselves. We do that through the divine feminine, allowing the divine feminine to come in, and by then allowing it to flow through the divine masculine to create in this paradigm. So we are the physical body, we are the mental body, we have thoughts, we have lots of thoughts day to day, not all of them good, but where are the majority of our thoughts heading towards? Is it towards what we want to create? This is how we collapse timelines. The more thoughts that we have that are towards what we desire, what we want to create, how we want to have an impact in the world, how we want to contribute to the new paradigm, how we want to collaborate with people, how we want to bring more harmony, peace, unity, love, connection into the world. This is where most of our thoughts want to align to. Does that mean we can't have negative thoughts? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Negative thoughts will come, but that's for us to look at. So, okay, what's going on with that? And how does that affect our emotional body, our feeling body that we are also part of? And again, not negating our emotions. Where are the majority of our emotions and feelings going? Towards what we want to create, or where we've been and in the like in the lack, in the arena of lack. Again, does that mean we can never have feelings of lack, of fear, of challenge? This is life. Things will come up. The unexpected will show up. It's going to happen. We are not here to experience nirvana and to go, okay, well, when everything is sorted, when everything is hunky-dory, when the craziness of the world is sorted out, then I'll show up. This is our opportunity now to align all of these things that we are and bring about the new paradigm, start to contribute towards that. So this is about our thoughts, our feelings, and our human aspect, but also our energetic body, our divine wisdom, our divine feminine. And when we tap into and allow our divine feminine to lead through the emotional body, through the mental body, into the physical body, and out into the action, and then create the results, that's where we can really create incredible and fast results for ourselves. So really, and how do we bring in this divine feminine? A lot of us, and I had this with a client a couple of weeks ago, where it came up in her Akashic records very clearly and very loudly, but she really, it was a real realization for her that what she was doing was she was going to yoga. She was able to connect with the divine feminine on the yoga mat, in her meditation practice, in the elements of where she made time for that. But then as soon as she was finished with those aspects, she went out into the masculine, into the energetic, into the physical world, and was just like, mind was busy, thoughts were not aligned, actions were not aligned, feelings were not aligned, gung-ho, crazy, quick business, like, very fast-paced action, and not breathing. So this is like this is where we get adrenal fatigue. This is where we have such a huge impact on our physical body, because we're slowing down, but we're not bringing that into how we show up day to day, moment to moment, hour to hour. And this is what we want to start blending. This is the magic bit. As we go through our day, how do we bring these divine wisdoms, this divine feminine energy of understanding that we are part of something bigger, that we have access to all this wisdom? No one is more special, but we need to slow down. We need to connect. We need to be still. We need to trust ourselves. And trust is a big thing. This is what builds confidence, that we won't always see the results straight away, because that takes time. That's in the physical realm. And so what we do is we erode our trust and we erode our confidence, because we're expecting that if we do all these things, the results will show up immediately, and they don't. And so then we go, oh, well, I must have got it wrong, so I'm just going to throw that out, and I'm not going to do what I feel is aligned. And then we go through this whole cycle, and we have to start again. This is how we marry the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Let me know if you've got any questions around that. So what I was also asked last week, which I think is really pertinent, I just want to touch on here, when we were going through the 5-day journey, was like, what are we trying to do in terms of creating new beliefs around things, like getting rid of old limiting beliefs? Are we supposed to layer new beliefs on top of old ones? We need to transform the old beliefs, the old mindsets, the old ways of doing things, the old repeating patterns of how we do things, by creating a pause, looking at it and going, does this old belief serve me? Does this old way of doing things serve me to go towards what I desire and the new paradigm that I want to create for myself, but for the whole, and contribute towards the whole world? Does that serve me? We have to create a pause, a stillness, a connection to the divine, and say, okay, no, that doesn't serve me. Okay, what do I want to replace that with? How do I release that fear without, or that belief, without blocking it up, blocking it away, locking it away, and going, I can't have that because it's negative, and I've been taught in the spiritual community that I mustn't have negative thoughts. I'm just going to lock that away, and I'm just going to ignore it, and I'm just going to move through it, and I'm going to push through it. This is not giving ourselves time. This is not connecting with the divine feminine. How we do that is by releasing those old patterns, those old beliefs, those old ways of doing things, so that we can recode and rewrite for something new and different. And bit by bit, we practice it. Bit by bit, we build the trust. Bit by bit, we build the confidence that we can do it differently. And we wait, and we have patience for the results to show up. This is how we do things. This is where we find safety in who we are, what we're doing, where we're going, in our desires, in the direction of working with other people. This is where we find safety not only in our lives, but in our business, by bringing all of these things together. So this is a really powerful way for us to work, to start working very differently, to allow ourselves to shine in our business, to allow ourselves to shine in our relationships and our life, because everything is connected. Everything is intrinsically connected. This is how we create and shift paradigms and shift our lives in quantum leaps. So if this feels like this is something that you want to know more about, I am starting my Shine Your Soul Light program, which is starting on Friday. We do a lot of work around money, around this idea of lack, that there's not enough. There's, I have money problems. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough to help me and support me going forwards. This is where we rewrite those limiting beliefs. This is where we rewrite those scripts. This is where we shift completely our relationship with lack and abundance. This is where we completely shift our relationship to money entirely. So, and then we start with the whole money piece, because this is so important. Because if we haven't looked at and healed some of our money wounds, our money stories, our money paradigms, to bring in this idea that abundance is available to us all, and the amazing things we can do with when we access money, then we can't bring in the aligned marketing, the aligned sales, the aligned clients. We just can't. So it's really the springboard into working with me over a period of 5 months, to really allow yourself to shine your soul light in your business, to really understand what is your deepest desire. How do you want to impact change on the planet through the work you're doing? Now, that could be through anything, but everybody who has a deeper desire to affect change on the planet has a deeper desire to do that through the work that they do. So this is really about aligning and understanding what our desires are. It's about really understanding, how do our thoughts, our feelings, our actions align to what we desire and what we want to create, and then how do we create those aligned results? So this is really about understanding the manifesting process in a hugely powerful way that I don't believe is taught nearly enough. I've been doing this work with my clients for a number of years now, and the way we create results is that is by being aligned in our thoughts, our feelings, and our action, and understanding how we are manifesting, and what we need to tweak, what we need to course correct, what we need to shift direction around, what's not working, and evolve and grow over time. We're so impatient to trying to get there in a really gung-ho fashion. We want to get there tomorrow. If we don't know it's working today, then we're going to give up. This is not about giving up. This is about being in it for the longevity of it. About really knowing that even though we can't see it in the evidence, we are making an incredible difference around the world through the conversations we have, through our relationships, through the work we do with one client at a time, or with many. It depends how we do it. So if that is of interest to you, if you'd like to know a little bit more about how you can work with me, the Akashic Records, it's a group program, but there's lots of one-to-one work as well, where we do Akashic readings together. We do past life readings and releasing and clearing. We do lots of releasing around the money. We work and be playing the Akashic Records, but it's all about taking action, and it's all about knowing how to take action that's aligned to where you want to go. This is the really amazing thing around how we can really quantum leap, how we can squash timelines and get there much quicker. The time is now. Well, it's like we can't wait until we've moved ahead in the new paradigm, till things can showing that the world is in a crescendo at the moment of craziness, and we have to start sprinkling our love, our unity, our collaboration, our connection, and shining our soul light into that mix, so that we can elevate and create things differently. If this is of interest, the link to the program is in the post. in the information. If you're watching in my Soul Inspired Leaders Facebook group, it is also in the comments, because I can't comment in there, or put links in the links. So if this is of interest to you, then please do let me know. I will pop the comments in the Soul Inspired Leaders Facebook group in just a moment. So if you've got questions, if you still have questions, even though you've looked at what the program entails, it is like there's lots of video testimonials in that on this on the link page as well. Huge amount of video testimonials. Hear it from other people, what they've got, how they've shifted their lives, how they've shifted their business, and how they've created that change for themselves. I am in my Soul Inspired Leaders Facebook group. I am live here on my Akashic Soul Wisdom show every Wednesday, 4 p.m. UK time, giving you tips, giving you tools, free resources, activations and meditations. Come and join the Soul Inspired Leaders Facebook group. I'd love to see you there. Lots of free resources in there. Always here to share the wisdom, to elevate and contribute to the new earth paradigm in ways that we can't even imagine that we are doing. So with this, I send you love and light, and I will see you all next week. Bye for now.